global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news.
The VP Vice President Shettima is raising very strong alarm on what is brewing in the northern part of Nigeria. Hello and welcome back to our channel. The VP during a state press release made a strong statement as of some few hours ago, blaming the vandalism of infrastructure and looting of public-private facilities in some parts of the north as poor leadership, corruption and poverty in the region. Now the Vice President said toleration of the social vice for too long resulted to breeding of new crop of generation without fear of God and respect for the laws of the land by those who participated in the nationwide protest against economic hardship. Now, Shettima, who noted that the accumulation of too many problems accounted for the destruction of lives and property, admitted the need for a complete overhaul of the system. And the Vice President spoke at the graduation ceremony of 20 indigent pupils of Haura Memorial School, owned by Amman Foundation, where he was presented by his special advisor on political matters, Dr. Hakim Baba Ahmed. Now he said, for too long, we have tolerated poverty, corruption, poor leadership, and we can see the result, a generation that has come up that has no respect for God, for the law of the land, for the leadership and our values. The Vice President assured that the federal government, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will make Nigeria work so that future generations will benefit just like past generations benefited for the legacies of Sardauna of Sokoto, Sir Ahmadu Bello. Now he said, and I quote him word for word, For too long, we have gone through a lot. And he said in the last 2 weeks, the country had gone through difficult times, mostly led by the youth, young people who are angry because they are hungry, young people who are angry because they do not see any prospect in becoming better than they are, young people who think government does not care about them, young people who have no respect for any authority on this country, in this country rather, because they think every authority has let them down. Young people who are not afraid of hunger, not afraid of their parents, they are not afraid of the police, the army or anybody because they believe this country belongs to those who can drag and run. Young people who believe Nigeria is free for all. We created this situation, generations like ours, but we did not inherit it. The people who built Nigeria before our lives worked very hard and made sacrifices and tried to build the country through honesty and hard work, urging youths to channel their anger against the system that does not give them a chance and towards the political system. He said, the political system we are operating is defective because it is producing people who have no business being in government. He, however, challenged parents to be more involved in the lives and upbringing of their children. Shettima said, no matter what, there is no justification for stealing or looting someone else's property. We have to work hard for this country and we have to believe that Nigeria can be fixed. Because if you do not believe the country can be fixed, then there is nowhere else to go. We have to begin to rebuild the country by showing our children that they can walk the way Sardauna and his team walked, so that people like me could go to school almost free and we can become something. He also went further. He said, if politics we are running are not conducive, change it. If the system we are operating is not producing good leadership, peace and security, change it. But do not walk away from the service of people who have no other people to look up to. For you, by the grace of God, we will make Nigeria work so you can go to school and go to your farms without fear or hindrance. He cautioned the graduating pupils against cheating, but learn how to survive by hard work. Let me laugh a little, but let's continue. It says Sheikh Ahmed Gume described the protest as a wake-up call to leaders on the need to assist the society in order to curtail lawlessness, Chairman of the occasion, Professor Abdul Salami Nasidi, charged northern leaders to educate the young ones to reawaken the North. He noted that nation building starts from building the child hardened. We are facing social uptime in the North, and one of the major ways out is by empowering, educating, and ensuring children are groomed to become respectable members of the society. Now, the executive chairman of AMA Foundation, Musa Abdullahi, charged 20 graduating pupils to be good ambassadors, of course, of the school in the future endeavor, and use the knowledge they have been imparted with to touch other lives in the community. These are the words of the Vice President Shettima, ably represented, of course, by his aide. Excuse me. I don't understand saying that if politics is not working, the kind of leadership that is in politics, they should change it. Please, how do we change it? Is that not why the protest took place? Is that not the wake-up call? He said, I like the fact that they said that the leaders before them worked hard. They were very honest. And they inherited and benefited from the good leadership of their past leaders. But successively, they kept changing the goalposts. And it benefited all the political class, literally. And the people who are supposed to be the people who are to enjoy the dividend of the democracy, watch on as they suffer. And each time they look on, the future looks bleak. When you look around, you begin to wonder. When you go to school and you discover that there are no jobs waiting for you after you're going to school, you begin to wonder, is there really any need to go to school? But then again, if education is expensive, would you like to try ignorance? Ignorance is much more expensive. And that's what they're facing up north. And to think that education is going to be much more expensive now, then you'll understand why Nigerian youths are already getting agitated ahead of time. Where the political class and the elite take their children to the best of school in the world, and the child of the common man is not even sure of daily bread, how much more going to school? How much is a cup of garri in the market if you live in Nigeria? They have brought down tomatoes just a little bit. You see, beans is for the elite. Don't go near the beans. Beans is for big boys. Don't near it. But kwashoko is looming. Milk, some families have not tasted milk throughout this year. And you think that those who grew up to become political leaders now, in their days, some of them, if not most of them, went to the university and were still paid stipends for being students. Some of them enjoyed free food going through the university. And some of them, as far as I know, even enjoyed free education. Is anything really free in Nigeria? Whatever goes up defies law of gravity in Nigeria. It doesn't ever come down. If it comes down, it will just hibernate just a little and go back up. And this time around, with momentum, to move with speed. Up, higher. For how long? Will the people keep waiting? It go better? Maybe the successive government will do something better. I just hope this wake-up call is not for the indigenous. It's not for the citizens. They've already woken up to the harsh reality. It's for the political class to realize that they need to smell the coffee.
Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze.